Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another session of our Kingdom Coffee Talk. Basically, today we will have three guests to join us today. Our topic for today is three different backgrounds, one shocking result. So basically, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to interview three different people. Okay, these three different people are from totally different background, and they come from totally different type of working experience. I'm going to introduce you all a little bit about our guest today. Our first guest is Mr. Jasper Wong. Mr. Jasper Wong is a guy that he has spent most of his past career in, I would say, retail industry, right? So basically, Mr. Jasper has come from a retail industry, and he has from retail moved into insurance, and he has achieved his MDRT. Okay. Second guest will be Mr. Rishi Ponaya. Mr. Rishi Ponaya is a guy from corporate. You know, he's an IT person. He used to work with companies like Microsoft, right? So you can understand how from climbing a corporate ladder, you know, how he changed his motivation and changed his industry to come into insurance, and now he's a corporate sales champion. You know, he focused a lot on his of his sales on corporate, closing companies, doing employee benefits, right? Our third guest is a very interesting person. Our third guest is actually Mr. Matthew Toh. Mr. Matthew Toh is he is why I say he's a very interesting person is because currently during this pandemic, the industry that is hit the most badly will be aviation industry, right? So I guess a lot of people out there from the aviation industry, a lot of cabin crews out there might be looking for a way out, right? So Matthew Toh has been a cabin crew for 11 years with MAS before he joined AIA. So now, because of his love of traveling, he makes sure he qualifies for his convention every single year. So let's listen to these three guests and see how it can help you and how it can inspire you to understand more about how three so different people, right, can come into insurance and can manage to get shocking results in a short span of time. Okay, without further ado, I would like to invite my guests on screen.
Hello.
Hi, guys.
Hey. Hello. Hi, Aman.
Yes.
Hi,
hello.
Rish.
Hi, Mr. Jasper. Hi, Matthew. And hi, Rishi. How are you guys?
Good.
Never
So,
better.
Had your lunch already?
Yep.
Yeah,
just
man.
about.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, viewers, just to let you all know, if you all have any questions for our panel of guests today, based on their industry or any general questions that you all have, please type it in our comment section at the side, and we will try our best to answer those questions for you. We'll try our best to get our guests, our experts here today to answer this question for you. Okay? For those of you who are watching us right now, please feel free to share this to your friends, create a watch party, share it to as many people as possible, because during this time, whatever information that you can get will be a helpful information, right? So, okay, I've roughly introduced three of y'all before, just now during my introduction.
Yes.
But I want to hear it from you guys. I think the viewers want to hear it from you guys. What exactly is the background you came from? What was your first job? What do you graduate? You know, because a lot of us, right, when we study, right, we might study something else, and then when we come out, we have different inspiration. We go into a different type of job, right? So can you just explain a little bit to our viewers? What was your background? What do you study? And what was your working experience before moving industry? Can we start with Mr. Rishi first?
Sure. Thanks again for inviting us, and thanks for everybody who are joining us today. So to recap, my background is in business and IT. I graduated in business and IT. My first job was actually as a programmer. I was a debugger for Compaka. And that time I was handling the Putrajaya Hospital back-end systems. From there, I moved away from technical because I always had a passion for the marketing side of the business and talking to people and so on. So I went to many jobs. One of them, like Edmund mentioned, was Microsoft. And in Microsoft, for example, I was helping with the product manager for Exchange Server. And since then, my background has always been more towards the marketing aspect of technical products before joining insurance.
Technical products. So basically, you're a techie guy, lah. You're the nerd of the school, lah.
So that's what until today, I still have that label on me as well. So yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay, all right. So, okay, what about Matthew?
Okay, Edmund. Basically, I graduated in 2004. I went into banking for a while, for 6 months. Then I decided a change of career. That was when I decided to join the airlines. And so it was such a coincidence that when I applied for Malaysia Airlines, I was called for. Then I decided to join the airlines. It was a package lah. I flew for 11 years. I left the airlines in end of 2015. Yeah. So bitter and sweet memories lah. It was great. But it was bitter and sweet memories. Somehow or rather, I enjoyed every moment of it lah. Yeah.
Okay. So airlines for 11 years. Wow, that's a little bit.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah, very long.
Do you mind me asking how tall are you, Matt?
I'm actually 186 like man.
Okay, because I've always wanted to be a cabin crew since I was young as well, right? But I've never met the height requirements lah, right? So
the hair part as well.
Yeah, and also the hair. No, I think that's why they didn't accept me. They could see my future, right? Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, aviation industry for 11 years. Okay, Mr. Jasper, what about you, Nina?
So I will speak in Mandarin. I think some of our audience prefer to listen in Mandarin because it's Mandarin and English session. So 我出来社会，我做了一些工，就是我做银行咯之前，然后我就在过后 after 银行我就做刷卡机 payment gateway 啦。After that 我就 join 了零售行业，连锁零售连锁店啦。So 那间公司我做了差不多8年了，应该这样咯。
Okay, so retail 8 years. Wow, that is a long time, man. Right, for somebody.
Not as long as man.
So can you explain a little bit about retail? What exactly you do in retail? Are you selling things or are you managing or what is it?
Yeah, I'm managing all the outlets and franchise for my company. So the good thing for retail is the more outlet you open, then the more profit you make, because every outlet is automatic run. So when you're sleeping, 100 outlet is making money for you. So this is the beauty of the business.
Wow.
But
that's a lot.
But time changed. So let's say the economy bad. So the 100 of your outlets might be your 100 of your debts. 你会有100个的 outlet 负债咯。
Okay. So 现在这个 pandemic 这样子哦 I think retail is very badly affected. What do you think?
Yeah, 我相信是，所以很多公司他们转去做 online 了 ，online。So at least 他们要改变咯，因为门市现在有很多人之前都出不到去啊，所以会影响很大啦。我相信门市零售业会影响很大。
Okay, all right. So Rishi, you know,
Yep.
you were in corporate all this while, right? So
Sure.
what are the companies that you have been with?
There were a few. I mean, I was with Kompaka. I mentioned that was my first job, being a debugger. And then I had a stint with Microsoft. I also was with Time.com at that time. I also was in F&B for a time as well, where we opened a restaurant and a restaurant bar.
Okay.
And also public research, yeah.
Okay, so being in corporate or coming into, graduating from college and all these kind of things, do you have, do you have a dream of what do you want to be or what path do you want to take when you graduated?
The main reason why I studied business and IT was since I was young, I was always exposed to computers and all these things. So that was my main reason for doing IT in the first place. Right, because during our time, school holidays, my dad had his own firm at the time. He's an architect. And when we had school holidays, it wasn't holiday. we were asked to go to the office and help him out. So I was always the one on the computer and learning to do computing and whatnot. And after graduating, I'm the youngest of 4 brothers. So I always used to look at my brothers going to a job, doing the 9 to 5. And, they always seemed like fulfilled, doing a job, coming back, spending time with the family. So at that time, when I first started out, I just wanted to be like them, having something steady.
Okay, having something steady. So you don't have any dreams when you graduated, lah?
I was a very short-term thinker at the time.
Okay.
If there was no like 5-year plan, 10-year plan. It was like, okay, this month I want to do this. Next month, let's see how it goes.
Okay. What about
I
Jasper?
think it's normal lah. It's normal.
Yeah. So for yourself, Jasper, is it the same as Rishi, or did you already have a goal in your mind? I want to have 10,000 franchises or whatever it is.
After 我刚开始刚刚出来社会的时候呢，我知道做生意可以赚钱啦，然后可以给到家人自己的很好的生活，所以那时候会想到要做生意，然后就会一直 explore 生意咯。然后因为我年轻的时候呢，我妈妈常常鼓励我去参与那保险传销直销一些比较正面的一些行业，所以我从那边我知道。我们需要有梦想，然后梦想其实是可以达成的，但是要看我们怎样去做咯。所以我是知道 dream we can achieve, just how we achieve it 啦。所以我就出来社会，我就一直去 explore 一些更好的机会，去达到我们要的梦想与理想咯。
Okay. But you mentioned that your parents encouraged you to go and all the sales talks and everything. Well, not many parents actually do that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
可能因为我父母亲之前做餐馆他们比较忙所以他们希望我可以参有一些人可以带我去at least 他知道我参什么人，不会去变坏咯。所以我也是很感谢我父母给我参这一堆人，然后我身边的朋友也是没有那些古灵精怪的朋友啦，所以很多都没有一些很不好的习惯咯。所以我是在这样的环境这样子慢慢长大这样子咯。
Okay, all right. Matthew, aviation industry for 11 years.
Yeah, man.
What made you go into this, man? Was there a dream or something that you wanted to achieve?
Well, when okay, at the point of time I was actually 24 years old Edmund. To be honest with you, things ahead is not really that bright, right? So at that point of time, I wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world. I wanted something different. I don't want a 9 to 5 job because I think I can't be 24, 55. I've got another 31 more years to go. I can't be working 9 to 5 for the next 31 years. That was when I decided to okay, why not give it a try? Just go for the interview only lah. Dapat lah, tak dapat okay lah, never mind lah. But at that point of time, I wanted to travel lah. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to see places And when the opportunity came, right, it came in a package. It came in a package. They pay you, you get to travel. That was what I was taught lah. But somehow it was good. It was good. It was like I said, it was bittersweet memories. I enjoyed every moment of it. At age 24, I don't think I've been to Sabah, Sarawak when I was age 20. I've not been to East Malaysia until I was age 24. So at that point in time, it was great, something different culture. Yeah, that was when I decided to join the airlines lah.
Okay, so now I believe all three of you had a very good experience. Matthew keeps saying that his experience was bittersweet. He enjoyed every moment of it. But I also noticed he keep using the word at that point of time, right? It means now maybe he don't enjoy it anymore. Okay, so I'm going to throw this question to all three of you, and you all can take your time to answer me, right? I think this question is something that our viewers will also want to know. Why insurance? Okay, that is one thing. Okay, why insurance? And because there are so many different views and different thoughts when you talk about insurance, right? Whether you are buying it or whether you are doing it, it doesn't matter. There's split what do you call that, perceptions towards it. So I let you all discuss a little bit about this and let our viewers know why did you all personally choose this industry. Can we start it off with Mr. Jasper? 可以你开始先呢？
So 为什么会选保险呢？So 其实我本身是相信保险的啦，因为我父亲去世之前呢，他得了cancer，so 那时候还没有保险，so that's why 我们经历过一些过程咯。So 因为好像以前我爸爸有帮我们买保险，他自己也是有买保险的，只是好像当行情不好的时候，我相信很多的父母亲都会把最好的留给孩子。我爸爸也是一样咯，他会把我们的保险 maintain， 他自己的保险先断掉了，因为行情不好嘛，经济不好。当经济好回的时候，他要买回保险，但是可能健康出现问题，他买不到了。所以当他发生事情的时候，他没有保险的，所以我有那个我明白到保险的重要性，所以我本身会 before 我做保险的话，我每一年我都会找我的 agent 来看我的保单，因为我每年都在讲，我有什么要买啊，我有什么要加啊，这样子，所以我每一年我都会叫他来看我的保单啊 ，review 我的保单。然后但是有一次我有另外一个朋友，我的中学同学啦，他的先生帮我 review 保单的时候，我才发现为什么我买的保险跟我想象的不一样？所以我才知道，原来保险是好的，但是不是每一个 plan 都适合我们的当时的情况。所以我就想到，倒不如我去学多点保险，因为我这样信保险的人，然后我又每年去见 agent 的人，都会有这种问题，更何况是我身边的朋友，可能他们买了保险，他们就不理了的啦，我买了就可以了啦，他们的情况可能会比我更糟糕所以我就想到，我去学保险 ，at least 我帮助我身边的朋友 ，at least 他们不会所谓的买错 plan 咯，所以这样子我就慢慢的就进入这个行业了咯，
Oh, okay. So that's how you got into the business.
How about others? How about Rishi or Matt?
Okay, so for me,
okay.
my sorry. Yeah,
no worries.
So
go ahead.
For me, it was a very simple reason, right? I actually had a good friend, and now who's become one of my best friends at the time, and he was in insurance, Clement, right? And every year, while I was in the corporate line, every year he would ask me, come and try it out, come and try it out, come and try it out. And well, be honest, at the time, I also kept thinking insurance, meet people, talk, sell. It's not for me, not something I want to do. I don't think I can do it. My background is marketing, meeting people, not my forte. So it came to a point one time, I just recently turned 30. And again, Clement came around and said again, why don't you try it? And he said the one term that we still use till today is, why not remove the what if from your life, right? In the sense that, what if I didn't try this and then later on I regretted it, or later on I saw people were succeeding and I didn't try it. So I told him, okay, remove the what if from my life. And I told him, I'll give it 6 months or maybe a year. Because at the time I was 30, I had built myself up in the corporate side. And I thought to myself, okay, if I try this for 6 months or a year, at least I remove the what if. And if for whatever reason I didn't make it, I still have a fallback. I still have a fail-safe. I can't go back to the corporate line. So my reason is 98% of it was from Clement. The balance was just me convincing myself that I have a fallback. So why not try it out?
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where I came from.
Wow.
What, Matt? How about you, man?
Basically, right. I was, to be honest, I was actually tired of flying already, It was, literally every day, you go back home, you stay probably like 2-3 days at home, then you're constantly on the go again. Basically, I'm sick and tired of packing and unpacking, The packing and unpacking part is basically, it's not that troublesome, but it's just that putting in things in and out of your luggage. And the second thing was mainly because of I was missing out on a lot of special moments in life, I missed out on parents' birthdays. I missed out on reunion dinners. I think throughout the 11 years of flying, right, I've only done like 3 or 4 reunion dinners. You know, I missed out on Christmas, and the fact that it's tough lah. It's tough, you know. And as you grow older, right, people say you grow wiser. But as I grew older, right, I became more family oriented. You know, I want to spend more time with the family. I want to be around, and that was when I decided. That was the turning point. That was the turning point and the wake up call to me lah. That was when I decided, like, look, Matt, enough of this. Let's, go back on ground. Go back to what you trained to do. So that was when I decided to, okay lah, let's join the insurance industry. And furthermore, it's from a service industry to another service industry. So, okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so all of you have different reasons coming into this business, right? Like what Jasper mentioned just now, he wants to help his friends, okay? But there is also this concern that everybody thinks about, that insurance, you have no friends or not. So how do you help your friends? What do you mean? And I believe all three of you, you all have years of experience in your job, and I believe you all would have already reached a certain level in your career, right? So income-wise should be quite okay, should be quite steady already, right? Stable, I would say. Maybe not too much, but at least it's stable. So no friends, no income. Are you not worried about it? Jasper, 你不怕没有 income 哦，不可以咩？
肯定怕的咯，讲真的，因为那时候我before我做保险呢，我做了那间公司已经很久了啦，我蛮 stable 了的，讲真的 ，so 够吃够用咯，然后又刚刚结婚，然后又有孩子。那时我记得我before我做保险，我孩子刚刚出世，然后我就决定要做 full time。So 为什么呢？是因为那时我做的那个公司很久啊，很舒适啊。我心想，如果我再待下去的话，可能我以后就不敢跳出来了，可能在那边一直做到我死为止的啦。所以我想到，倒不如我给自己一个机会跳出来，好像Rishi这样来Rishi mention啦，给我自己1年的时间。如果真的做不到了，我还可以再回去打工啊，再回去做工都可以的嘛。So 就这样子，我就跳出来 full time 咯，然后身边的朋友，讲真，我会看到更多，我会更感觉到我身边的人对我好了。其实是因为很多朋友真的是劝我，你孩子刚刚出世，不是玩玩笑哦，你跳出来 full time 会不会给人家洗脑啊？你会不会给人家洗脑了？然后你跳出来 full time 做不到的话，你没有饭吃不用紧哦，你孩子没有饭吃，没有奶喝哦。然后我老板也是劝我。因为讲真，公司很多 policy 都是不可以 part time 的嘛。我老板也很明白我，也很疼我啦。他会讲，倒不如你 part time 做啦，我们盖着眼睛啦，你 part time 做。因为他很关心我啦，我觉得，所以我觉得我会感觉到他身边的人真的是很 support 我们的。我会看到更多朋友啊，真的朋友，还有他们真的对我很好啦，所以这是我很感恩的东西。然后，但是我就坚持跳出来，我跟自己讲1年，好好的做，就这样子咯。So 这样啦。
So Rishi, corporate ladder. I think so many years in corporate, you should be halfway there, right? You should be halfway there. You have another halfway to go, climbing the ladder. So same question I'm going to ask you, like what I asked Jasper. No income, and I think a lot of our viewers are also concerned if they really come into insurance, the income will be a very important thing, and also. English educated like us, right? English educated. A lot of people are afraid of salesmen calling them. So what is your take on this?
So, like I mentioned earlier, the main reason I joined was my friend who brought me into the business. And when I joined, like you mentioned, corporate ladder. When you're in corporate line, end of the month, you're going to get a paycheck, the fixed paycheck, right? Even if you took MCs or didn't really perform or not, the paycheck will still be there until they fire you, of course.
Yep.
So my security when I was joining was the fact that 6 months, 1 year, I do as much as I can, and see the potential in it, and then reevaluate. So worst case scenario for me was, if really they didn't turn out to be my business, I fall back onto corporate line. And you mentioned the concept of people calling you for sales and whatnot. That of course was a concern for me. But when joining the agency, they already had systems in place that guided you from day one. And it wasn't like, okay, I give you this booklet, this is how we do things, go, right? There was guidance, daily reporting and whatnot. And slowly as I joined the business, it built up my confidence as well. Meeting people, talking to people, and how you talk to people. But always in the back of my mind, especially in maybe the first 3 to 4 months when I was still like not so confident, I always had that peace of mind that I thought, okay, I'll try it. It doesn't work, I can go back to corporate if I chose to. Yeah. So that provided me with a bit of a boost.
Okay, so you at the back of your head, you were telling yourself that it's easy, you can anytime go back to corporate lah, no problem.
Yeah.
That's how it made it easier to make that transition. Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't say it'll be like 3 years. Definitely 3 years I'm going to do it. No, 6 months to a year, you can sustain yourself with little income. And of course, I mean, no matter what in insurance, there will be some pay as you first start. But like I mentioned, I had the security of 6 months, 1 year max. Worst case, go back to corporate.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So moving on to Matthew, right? The same question I'm going to ask you, right? Because I think that this question is very relevant to a lot of people out there who wants to actually consider coming into this industry. No income, brother. No income.
Yeah.
So
right.
how,
Actually,
how, Mr. Matthew?
When I came into this industry that time, right? Income was a factor lah. Income was a factor. It was a huge factor. Well, I've got house to pay. I've got car to pay. If I don't have all this, right, it's gonna be a burden and it's gonna be tough for me. And at that point of time, to me, it's basically, income was a main factor lah. But I mean, if you put your heart and soul to it, look at the bigger picture, you should be able to pull it through lah. At the end of the day, it should not be a problem lah. It's just that hard work and dedication, no. And coming into this industry, right, the scariest thing is what, no, opening your mouth and tell people, hey, actually I'm in insurance. That was something it was hard for me to do, But then after a while, right, it became when I told myself, let's do this, let's try it out. Like what Rishi said was true. I gave myself 6 months to a year, try it out. And I think since then, right, there was no holding back. Like, I mean, there was no holding back. I regretted that I didn't join the industry earlier. But there was no holding back, like, guys. There was no holding back. It was good, lah. It was good, and yet I still get to travel every 3 months.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, as we promised our viewers, right? 3 different backgrounds, 3 individuals from 3 different backgrounds. Jasper from retail, Rishi from corporate, Matt from the aviation industry. One shocking result. What is the result? Rishi has been doing very well in terms of corporate sales. Matt has been doing very well. Multiple convention qualifiers. He has been qualifying convention year in, year out. And Jasper has achieved his MDRT. Okay, so based on all these achievements, right, how did you all start your business? Was there anything that changed, right? Your attitude, your character, your discipline? Did you from retail? Okay, Jasper from retail. 换过来保险，有什么改变呢？有什么东西你跟你自己讲 ，OK， 我不可以这样子做工了，我一定要换我的mindset 或者换一点点我做的东西，有什么改变吗？
肯定有啊。其实因为我之前打工嘛，所以我相信任何一个人从打工换去做生意，其实保险是一个生意嘛。真的是要具备很多的条件的，讲真的。只是我进来的时候，我就发现到，我会看到自己的一些缺点跟长处，我明白我的长处在哪里，我的缺点在哪里。 所以真的是要去改了。For example，你打工的话啦，你 automatically 你会早早起身，因为你要去打卡嘛。但是做保险是不用打卡的嘛，好像你做生意也是不用打卡的嘛，你是老板，你几时进 office 都可以的嘛。这个就是 discipline 哦。所以我就是improve 我的 discipline 很多啦，做了这个行业过后，好像我身边的朋友每天讲，哎呀 Jasper 每天放飞机啊、迟到啊什么，因为这个行业真的是改变了我很多啦。
OK，你怎么样开始呢？这个行业？如果一个新的人啊，你怎么样要去开始这个行业？
其实那时候我就是抱着帮人的心态嘛，因为我之前那份工的 income 还不错，所以还有一些 saving 啦所以我就没有很 hardcore 去卖啦。所以我第一份保课啦，第一个保课就是那是我住院，比如我做保险的时候我住院，然后我隔壁病床的小孩子就是我第一个顾客咯。是因为我那时候呼吸道感染，然后我进院，隔壁那小孩子是dengue。他妈妈是单亲的妈妈来的，所以每天放工要赶回家煮饭煮东西煲汤，然后要送去医院照顾他孩子，所以我们就这样聊天，然后过后他每天跟我讲那保险 agent 不好，然后他的保险也不懂买什么，不可以 claim 没有，所以这样子我就讲倒不如我们出院过后我们就谈一下咯，所以然后出来面谈下他就给我买了咯，所以就是这样子开始咯，我就从我身边的人，总之。看到有需要的人，我就跟他 share 一 share 咯，就这样子咯。
Okay, very good. So
how about
his first client was when he was hospitalized, and the boy next in the next bed, that was his first client, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So Jasper, you want to ask this question to Matt, right? So what about you, Matt?
Yes. Because Matt is traveling, right? So maybe your friend will not very close contact, ma. Because you are always traveling, your friend cannot meet you so often. But how you started this?
How I started this? Like I say, I was actually looking for opportunities while I was flying already. But, to go, at that point of time, it was to go into corporate or not to go into corporate, because at that time, I think I was 34, 35 years old, for that age, right, to go back into corporate, right, when I went for the interview, the interviewer asked me, are you ready, Matt, are you ready to come into a dog eat dog's world or not? I was like, no, man, I'm not that kind of person. I cannot. I mean, Rishi would definitely agree with me that going into corporate is a dog eat dog's world. But I am not that kind of person, no. So going to corporate, right, at 9 to 5, I can't be doing that for the rest of my life, man. At that point of time, So that was when and furthermore, right, coming into this business, the fact that I've got a lot of time flexibility, I've changed over the years. I became more disciplined, and which is basically self-improvement at the end of the day. So which is good, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very good.
That's great.
What about you, Rishi?
Well, for me, like you mentioned, I do a lot of corporate sales now especially, right? For me, I had to do the biggest change that I had to do was the mindset, because when I was in the corporate line and talking to clients and customers or whatnot, it was very rarely one or two people, right? I used to do presentations for 500,000 over people, live presentations, and for me that was no problem. Reason being is because I was there to present it in one method, one fashion. Okay, I didn't cater to each individual person in the crowd.
Okay.
Whereas in this business, every single person you meet is going to be different, right? There's going to be at least a slight difference between each person. And so then I had to come up on how to change my mindset and how to adapt. And sometimes you have to adapt on the spot, because some of the people you meet might not be friends or family. It could be just a cold contact that messaged you on Facebook or got your number. So when you meet them, you have no background history on them, right? You don't know where they're from, what they've been through, what their current situation is and whatnot. So that adapting was for me the biggest step, from dealing with large crowds and talking to big meetings and whatnot to the individual effect of talking to people one-to-one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
based on what I hear from three of you, it's not hard to actually start this business, right?
Not at all.
It's not all rainbows and sunshines.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Rishi, you mentioned about changing your mindset and adapting, right? That brings me to my next question, which I think the viewers would like to know as well.
Excuse me.
Current pandemic now, right? MCO, CMCO, PKPB, whatever the government wants to call it. We are just locked at home, right? And we have access now, but limited access. So if I want to come into this business right now, right? If I want to come into insurance right now, is it a problem? How does this pandemic actually affect this business, and how do we overcome it, Rishi?
Right. Okay. So at the beginning of the pandemic, in my opinion, every single business had some form of negative effect. Same with us as well. There was a bit of a downturn when it first started. But again, the key word from what I said earlier was we had to adapt, right? And say, for example, if you wanted to join, even at the beginning of the pandemic, there were still new agents joining us. Why? Because our business, it takes a lot for it to affect our business because we adapt accordingly. And because our parent company, AIA, they help the agents a lot. As soon as the pandemic was in force and as soon as the MCO was in force, AIA already started coming up with methods on how to help agents protect more lives, right? They gave us different avenues, different routes to meet agents. They give us tutorials on how to do virtual meetings, how to handle clients when you're talking to them online. So in terms of joining the business, it's I don't want to say recession-proof and pandemic-proof. It might be a bit too strong term. You're able to adapt, and agency alone, we have our own systems in place, right? When you come in, regardless of the situation outside, we always cater to the current situation in the country. Okay, so when you come in, there is a guide. It's a very fixed guide. It's easy to follow, easy to do. And it's guaranteed, you follow that guide to the letter, you will succeed in this business. You can succeed in this business. No issues. It's all about this. Nothing, of course, is discipline, right? Discipline.
Yeah.
You follow our guide. You can't do like halfway. Wow, actually now okay, ready. I don't need to do the guide anymore. No, then you'll go back down again. You follow it to the end, beginning to end. It'll auto run from there. So adapting and discipline is very important. You have these two qualities, no problem. Definitely, you can succeed in this business.
Okay,
no problem.
Okay. So, Jasper, how did this pandemic affect you?
我相信这个事情影响到大部分的行业了，但是因为有危机就有进步，所以就有机会咯。所以我相信我们要做生意来讲的话，遇到困难的话，我们一定要进化自己啊，去 solve 那个 problem， 因为这个是一个企业家需要有的精神啊。所以我也很感谢，因为我公司还有我团队他们的一些协助，所以令到我们可以很快的适应过来。因为有些行业是真的，有些人很慢适应过来，有些人很快啊。所以刚开始我也是以为这个 pandemic 只是一个短暂的东西，哎呀 ，maybe 2个礼拜不要做工先了。但是3个礼拜、1-2个星期就没有事了。但是没有想到到今年还在 CMO 着。所以我想很感谢，就是我刚才讲的嘛，公司有一些活动啊，一些东西令到我们保持我们的一些工作态度、工作的心情。所以我们可以很快 adapt 去一个我们叫做新的 normal 工作的方式。然后除了不好的影响之外可能因为我们惯了去见人嘛，所以我们也要进化，我们可以 online 这样子跟人家谈保单 ，online 签保单。然后因为这个事件呢，也是令到很多人对保险的意识比较强了，所以我的那些 inquiry 也是比以前多了。有些人自己会 call 我，我想要买保险，你可以看一下我保单够不够。所以这个是有好有不好的地方咯。所以我觉得做生意来讲，我们一定要进化 evolution 一定要进化咯，这样才会做得更好了。
Okay, all right. Because I think this pandemic has affected the retail market very badly, right, Jasper?
Yeah,
so,
sure. Yeah.
I think you are very grateful that you have left the retail market, right? Okay, now on to Matthew. Wow, I think aviation industry is one of the most badly hit industry during this pandemic, right?
Definitely.
I believe you have a lot of friends or ex-colleagues who are still in that industry, correct? So
Yep.
maybe
Yes,
you
definitely.
wanna let them know how did you change or what did you do to make this pandemic don't affect you so badly in insurance? Is there anything that you change, or is there the way you work? Is there anything that you manage to improvise on?
I guess at the end of the day, right? Okay. At the end of the day, right? Basically nothing much has changed. It's just that, like what Rishi said, adapt,
Yeah.
adapt to current situation. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. To people in the aviation industry, to those who are still flying, I know everybody is badly affected, lah. Even I'm affected to a certain extent only. But then again, um, nothing is impossible, lah. At the end of the day, all you need to do is adapt, change, a lot of hard work. Put in a lot of hard work and be more disciplined. You pull it through in this industry, no matter what.
Okay. I mean, saying it is easy, right? Saying it is easy.
Sure.
You hear, you look at Facebook, you see everywhere. People are telling you to stay positive during this pandemic. Think about the good side. Don't think about the bad. So how do you all keep because in insurance industry, your mindset is very important, right? If you are down, the business will be down. If you are up, the business will be up. So how do you stay positive, Mr. Rishi?
Well, of course, firstly, positivity comes every day from family, right? They're always there. So, you have that fallback on. But another part for me that plays a big part in being positive every day are my clients, to be honest, right? They keep me going because during the pandemic, we'll message all our clients, how's everything going? Do you need help with anything and whatnot? And a lot of them, they'll say, yes, they've been affected and everything, but they give feedback that, hey, this is COVID, covered under my plan. I said, yes, of course, definitely 100%. And they go like, wow, thanks a lot. I'm so happy I got it before rather than now. I get clients messaging, they'll ask, everybody will ask, right? Because they think COVID is a completely separate thing and their plan does not cover it, their medical plan does not cover it. I say, yes, you're covered. And of course, AIA is also giving free additional benefits to you as well. You're like, wow, you mean I don't have to top up my premium? No. Wow, it's really good. That's really good. Without having to top up, without having to make changes or go for health screening or not, they get extra coverage. They're very happy and thankful.
Okay.
So hearing the positive from my clients coming to me, it
literally
brings me
gives
up.
you
A boost,
positive
like
vibes.
wings. Yeah, yeah, it gives you wings. So it makes me very happy. And then the other side of it is then, hey, since my plan is so good, it covers this, I get extra this for free, no problems. Can you meet my friend or not? He's been looking for insurance or he's not happy with his current insurance and whatnot. Can you talk to him? I talk to him, I explain. Then he goes like, wow, really? So much? And I only have to do this? I said, yes, of course. Well, I should have done this earlier. And they're happy, and when you're providing that kind of security to people, right, it gives you a sense that you've done something good, something well. So that keeps me going. Like I said, besides family and their positivity, clients, happy clients, satisfied clients, it really gives you a boost.
Okay. Jasper, how do you keep yourself positive?
很坦白讲啦这个 MCO 最大的 challenge 就是我们每天都在家，然后每天看着我们的孩子、家人好像感觉上自己好像在放假这样，懂吗？这个是一个最大的一个challenge We like a work a holiday during MCO. So 怎样令到我们可以工作呢？是我很感谢我的 peers teammate， 我们AIA 有给我们很多的一些，我们 agency 也是很多一些video call 一些 motivation 的 talk， 这也是可以帮助到我们 觉得我们还在做工很多有人需要我们，然后再加上有一些顾客他会问我关于那些 premium waiver 啊，或者是如果发生事情会怎样啊？就当我回答到他们的问题，或者是帮助到他们申请到那个 premium waiver 这些东西的话，我感觉我帮到他们了，所以这种会令到我讲我不可以停下来，我不是在放假，所以还有很多人需要我的帮助，所以所以这个会令我保持着要去继续工作、继续奋斗的那个positive 的那个 mindset 在那里咯。
Okay. Matthew, how do you stay positive?
How to keep myself positive, like what Jasper has said, basically your teammates, your peers, we do Zoom calls every now and then, we do video conferencing every now and then, which, brings out, you share the positive vibes at the end of the day, and to me, it's basically reading takes a huge toll of my time also right now, because you've got all the time in the world. Besides engaging with your clients, besides spending time with my sister and my nephew and my brother-in-law, I cannot go back to Malacca to see my parents. Find something else to do. Reading helps a lot. Reading keeps your mind going, and I say watching motivational videos. That's how I think. That is how one should. One should do in the event of a pandemic like that. Keep yourself positive, everything be okay. Have that mindset, the positive mindset. Yeah, everything will be okay one.
I feel the positive mindset also it spreads naturally.
Okay.
When you're talking to a client,
right? Yeah.
Okay, so you have to you surround yourself with positive people when your client give you positive feedback. And I think Jasper mentioned the company and the agency is ever ready to help you guys to make sure you guys are still on the right track, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I want to just ask you all, right? What is the three things that you all would consider as an ideal career, the criteria for ideal career for you personally, right? Because I think a lot of people are looking for different types of career for different reasons. Okay. Some people might want first criteria is money, second criteria money, third criteria also money. So what is your criteria? Jasper, 你有想过吗？
有这个因为我之前做过很多那些传销啊、保险啊，很多不同的行业的人，都是讲我们要赚钱。他们有一句话啦，錢唔係萬能嘅，不過冇錢係萬萬不能。Okay, so 但是MDRT 有一个叫做 whole person concept 全人概念，其实不只是钱我觉得对我来讲，一个好的事业除了赚到钱之外，还要有时间。然后还可以帮助到别人，这三个是我最觉得是一个我的ideal career 啦。是因为什么我会想要做生意啦？开始的时候，因为我发现到每一个老板都是一个很伟大的人。为什么这样讲呢？因为他们提供就业机会给人家。如果你今天有能力，你是一个1000个员工的老板，等于你在帮助1000个人有饭吃哦。所以我觉得这个是一个动力咯，对我来讲。
伟大。
对，要有钱，要有时间，然后又可以帮助到人，这是我的一个 ideal career 啦。
Okay, money, time, and able to help people. This is the three criteria that Jasper set for himself. Okay, Rishi and Matthew, who wants to go first? What is your three criteria for ideal career?
Well, for me,
you want to go first,
don't mind, Matt. Okay,
go ahead.
Yeah,
no
so for me, one of it would be to have a business that at one point becomes auto-run. So it involves very little participation from my side, but the business is still growing and growing and growing. Okay? Secondly is removing the ceiling. Like you mentioned, I was corporate most of my life. So in the corporate line, there's always a ceiling. And sometimes to get through the ceiling, you either have to play politics, or be nice to somebody and be harsh to somebody else. That's always in play. So I want a job, a profession where the ceiling is not there. You do well, you keep going up and up and up. Right?
Okay.
Thirdly, for me, like you mentioned, and I'm sure it's important to everybody, is money, but in the sense that my paycheck is what I want it to be. I write my own paycheck.
Okay.
So if I feel that I'm not earning enough, last month I got X amount, it's not enough, I work harder, I get paid more instantly the next month. Not 6 months down the road when I get a promotion, or 1 year when I get promoted, when my boss likes me, then I get a pay jump. No. I work harder, and in 1 month, immediately I write a better paycheck for myself.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So that is the main three things.
Wow.
What about Matthew? Is your three criteria a little bit different since you are from the aviation industry for 11 years and you have been multiple times qualifying for convention? Is that one of your criteria, qualifying for convention or traveling? Right.
Help people to travel.
Now cannot travel. Yeah.
Say again, Jasper? Now cannot travel, correct?
So maybe your
Okay.
career is helping more people to travel.
Okay. Basically, right, to me, it's not much different as compared to Rishi and Jasper lah. Okay. Basically, to me, it's time flexibility lah. You know, I'm in control of my own time. You know, I can plan my whole day, and I don't need to worry about who's gonna tell me what not to do and what to do. You know, everything is all planned out. All I need to do is just execute everything on a daily basis only. All right. Well, paycheck is also very important. Like what Rishi said, he writes his own paycheck. We all do write our own paychecks. How much you want to make, it depends on you. You know, sky is the limit. If you think you want to make 10,000-20,000 a month, it depends on you. You know, just put in a little bit extra hard work at the end of the day. So, yeah, money is important. Third is career progression, I would say. Everything is all laid out for you. You know, all you need to do is follow the system, and you'll be on your way at the end of the day. So I guess these are the three things I would say I would look forward to at my ideal career that I'm looking for.
So I believe all three of you are heading towards the right direction. I can see the smile on your faces even through this pandemic. Right. Okay, we have a question from the viewers. I think I will direct this question to Rishi, okay, because Rishi is from the corporate line. Corporate always 9 to 5, right? Then coming into insurance, right? So our question for today is, by joining the insurance business, does it really give us a lot of flexibility? So our Mr. Corporate guy, can you please answer this question?
Okay, so yes, if you corporate directly to corporate line, this business is a lot more flexible, right? However, together with the flexibility, you have a corporate discipline as well. When you say flexibility and insurance, people used to think about the fact that, if I join insurance, very flexible. I wake up in the morning, I work 1 hour, the rest of the day I can take off. Go coffee, go happy hour, do whatever I want. And that's not the right way to do this business lah. So it provides sense of flexibility, like Matt mentioned earlier, when he was working in airlines, he used to miss a lot of family events. So flexible in the sense you can plan around this, right? My side, when I was in corporate line, family wanted to plan a holiday, but they had to plan a lot around me because I had to see when I can apply leave, when will the boss approve my leave, whether I can go or not, and whatnot. So when you join this line, these headaches are removed. But you put the word flexibility without the word discipline is also a very, very bad thing as well. So that discipline is one of the very important ingredients when you're in this career.
Okay, so it's flexible to a certain extent, lah, right?
Yes.
Jasper, you have anything to add to this question?
Yeah, actually, I like the word called work integration. So,
work integration.
我们不是很 flexible 时间，就是好像我可以睡到自然醒。其实要做，这是好像梅西这样讲咯，我们要有一个很 discipline 的时间做工。比如讲，我可以星期一我不要做工，但是我补回我星期六做，所以我们可以自己安排的时间去见顾客啊，去做东西咯。所以这个 flexibility 是有在那里的啊。So 但是好像你现在讲我们要 discipline 啊，而不是每天睡到自然醒这样子咯啊，
一定要醒啦。
一定要醒啊，
不行就是来吉他的。
如果不行就是开保险了咯。
Okay. I think Shirley asked another question. Can I direct this question to Matthew? Right. If we come into the insurance business, is it only commission basis, or is there any other options that we can go for?
Okay. Well, when I joined the industry, right, there was no salary for us. You know, you pretty much slog it out no matter what. But nowadays, right, for those who actually want to come into this business, right, you know, AIA has actually came out with many plans for you to come into this business. Basically, it's actually very rewarding. It comes with what we call a salary, you know, salary. So coming into this business is not as hard as it is a few years back. Everything
During
is
our
made
time
easier. Yeah, during our time, where got salary, you know. But nowadays, you know, AIA came up with so many programs which is helping the new generation, the younger generation. That is why, you know, you should have a peace of mind coming into this industry. All you need to do is work hard, and you'll do fine.
Okay. So there is a structure where AIA gives you a financial remuneration, or I would say financial aid on a monthly basis. Jasper, you are one of the elites of AIA. You are one of the elite under the AIA Elite program. Do you want to explain a little bit about your experience coming into the business using this elite program?
So 好像我刚才讲的，很多人做工，我们从打工跳出来做生意的话，或者是做保险的话，最大面的问题就是纪律问题啦。Discipline is the most critical issue that we will face. So Elite Program 呢，除了提供我们一些我们叫做 business startup fund 啦，因为好像你做生意你要有一些 startup fund 嘛，都 AIA 会提供这个 startup fund 给我们，我记得是3000到9000啦。So 3000到9000块，看你是拿什么 category 咯。然后过后，他除了这个钱提供financial之外呢，他还有一些 program 就是coaching program。我觉得这个是最值钱的地方啦。他会特别安排一堆人去栽培我们这些elite的，所以我们开始是每一天都要去一些 training 2个星期，然后 after that 我们是拜1、拜3、拜5这样 training。So all the way right， 现在的 program 是3年咯。AIA 看到一个3年的 program， elite program 是从你刚开始 join 一路培养到你做一个 leader， 所以这个是可以令到增加那个成功率咯。做保险成功率增加咯。
So it's like going into college or university like that lah. You know, you sign up for the course. It's 3 years, then you graduate to be a successful person. Okay.
Yep.
So I think you're on the right track. You know, achieving your MDRT on the first year as well. Okay. So moving on. Before we end this session, right? For all the viewers out there, please type in your questions if you have in our comment box, and we'll get our guests to answer it. One last question from me, actually. Is there any word of advice, you know, for Jasper, people that is from the retail line, if they are thinking about changing industry or thinking about coming into insurance, is there any word of advice that you can give them?
Okay, so 我相信很多做门市店的人呢，都是从第一间店开始做的，然后过后做下就开分行，然后做下去哇，我有整个连锁店的联盟，所以每一间店都在帮我赚钱，我可以在那边睡觉，我的钱 automatic 进来。So 但是因为讲真 ，after 这个 pandemic 过后，我相信很多人都会 go to online，of course retail 我相信会影响到啦，所以。保险来讲，其实它也是在开分行。当我们有做自己的 team 的时候，就是我们都有分行在那边跑着。最大的分别就是我们是不需要给那些 overhead 咯，好像如果你开一间店，你需要给租金，你需要什么？所以我相信 retail 的行业现在很多都转去做 online。 然后 of course 我也欢迎大家去 explore 我们的这个 insurance industry 啦。So 它也可以达到传统门市店的一些好处，就是开连锁店，我可以睡觉的时候也有钱进来，它可以达到那一个效果咯。但是风险是相对的比较低了。
Okay, so it's the cost, the overhead, and
Yes.
the risk. Okay.
Yes.
What about people from corporate, the employees, Mr. Rishi? The employees who are, I think a lot of people are going through pay cuts, and there are also some people who are very worried about their future, about their current job currently, right? Because everything is uncertain. We heard about the recent news that even a group as big as Genting is retrenching 50% of its staff. So people who are in corporate and people who are in employment, any advice to them?
Well, actually, the advice is not just for those in corporate, I would say, is come and listen to what AIA can offer you as an alternative. Regardless from which background you are, which industry, as you can see, the three of us here, four of us, are from entirely different industries, right? And now we're all together in this insurance. So it does not mean what you were doing before will make you less successful in this business. It does not mean if you're in retail, you'll do better than somebody who was an airline steward last time. No difference at all. So my advice to them, those going through pay cuts, retrenchment, even those who are 100% secure, why not just sit with any one of us and hear us out? You know, no try, no no, right? As they say. And so when you listen to us, and maybe when you're thinking about whether or not to try, remove the what if from your life, right? Just try it out. There's no, for example, if you join us, you have to pay penalty fee or, you know, you're tied down, nothing like that. It's to try out the business and see, you never know. You could be very successful, just like the four of us are in this business, right?
Yes, yes.
So my advice is, no matter what, hear us out, hear what we have to offer, and then only make your decision.
So take away your main advice will be take away the what if from your life, right?
Yes.
And furthermore, during this period of time, you know, I think a lot of people should actually give it a go, should actually take up the courage and really go for something that is long term, right?
Yep.
What about Matthew? Matthew, aviation industry, like I said, since the start of this session until now, one of the worst hit industry during this pandemic, and I would say the recovery of the whole industry will take maybe 2 years to 3 years, right? It will not be the same again. People will not travel as freely as they want to. You know, it won't be after the CMCO is lifted, people will straight away go and get their passport and say, let's go, right? I think the whole aviation industry will be stuck for at least 2 years, right? So I believe you have a lot of friends out there. I believe you have a lot of ex-colleagues who are going through this situation, who are really not thinking what can they do. As a person from aviation now, as a multiple convention qualifier in AIA, do you have anything that any advice that you can give them, and also something that you feel, is this industry suitable for them, or is this industry considered a lifeline for them, right? Can you give our viewers some explanation and some advice?
Thanks, Edmund. I will actually go along the line with Rishi's explanation. Never try, never know. You know, at the end of the day, come explore. You know, come explore the opportunities that we have. You know, be bold, be brave, take that leap of faith. You know, it's a lot of things can be done. It's whether you all want to do it or you all don't want to do it only. You know, so my advice is, you know, let's do it lah. Just come and explore. No obligations. Listen to what we have to offer. If it suits you, fine. If it doesn't, it's also fine. You know.
Exactly.
So along the lines with Rishi, do not be afraid to take that leap of faith. You know, you may be successful. But then again, success comes with a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication, and you're willing to adapt and change, you know. So at the end of the day, that is my advice to not only people in the aviation industry, but to everybody else.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you
Yes,
so much
agree.
for the advice. Anyone want to add something? Jasper, do you want to add anything?
So far, I just hope that everyone, I mean 好像我们华人讲的啦，未雨绸缪啊。So 如果现在你做得好，但是为什么你不要给自己多一个机会去 explore 一个新的机会给自己啦，新的事业，新的什么？是因为比如讲，我们不一定要等到事情发生了过后，公司裁员了，我是被裁那一个，我才去找另外一个机会。说可能我现在还有工作，但是为什么不要给自己机会未雨绸缪？是先 explore 不同的行业，不同的一些机会，说不需要等到事情发生的时候我们才来想办法。我相信大家如果有这样子的mindset会更加好咯。
Okay, that's very good. We have run this session for 1 hour already. We will take one last question from our viewers before we end the session. So we have one question from our viewer. Many people come into the industry and only a handful of people succeed. Okay, what is the secret to success in this industry? And is the company and support from the agency really important? Jasper, do you want to take this question first?
Yes, so 成功的秘诀其实就是讲真就是要用心的去做，然后没有 shortcut 的啦。我刚开始进这个行业的时候，我是一直想 shortcut。真的一个事业要做得好，真的是没有 shortcut 的，真的是要很用心去做，很努力去做。然后 of course 我们的个人的那个 mindset 的 power， 还有就是能力有限，所以团队跟那个agency 的影响是很大的，公司也是影响很大，因为那个环境影响到你的人。这样我们华人讲的近朱者赤，近墨者黑，说你参的人比较正面，然后他们讲的是比较不同的东西，你会变不到不同的东西咯。所以 agency support is quite important for the industry.
Okay, thank you very much. For our English viewers out there, Matt or Rishi wants to answer this question.
Sure. So, if you don't mind, Matt.
I'll add on.
Sure. Yeah. So there's no one recipe works for all, right? There's no one liner that I can give you and say, you follow this one line, you're going to succeed, guaranteed. No. Like I mentioned earlier and throughout this whole conversation, it's about adapting. So the secret of the success for me in this industry is adapting and discipline. Okay. A big part of this, even though you are adapting and very disciplined in your daily life and whatnot, a big chunk of help comes from agency and company, right? AIA as a whole, right. They're always updating us, finding ways to make our work easier as well, finding ways to help protect people's lives better, right? Agency side, like I mentioned, as soon as you join as an agent, there is a set protocol in place, a set system, which you have to follow. That system, if you follow, guaranteed success. Okay? So it's a combination of many things to succeed in this industry. It's not just a one-liner, one recipe works for all, you do it, it works. No. It's a combination both from company, agency, and individual themselves.
Okay.
Yes.
I believe you and Jasper have answered the way to succeed. So since I want to take one part of the question out and ask Matt this question. Why do people fail?
Sure.
Wow, very good question.
Wow.
Because Jasper Jasper and Rishi has already said it very clearly how to succeed. But why do people still fail? Matt, can you explain or tell us why do people still fail in this industry?
Okay. At the end of the day, in this industry, it's a people's business. Just like in the service industry, it's a people's business. At the end of the day, if you do not do things with your heart, people can see. Fair enough or not? If you do not do things with your heart, people can see you. So, second is maybe because there's no proper discipline. You know, you're not willing to change. You're still doing things the way you were doing. So I guess that contributes to people failing in this industry lah, at the end of the day. So the last thing is basically just do things with your heart lah, and you'll be there lah. You'll be there.
Okay. So all I believe we have answered most of the questions from our viewers as well, and we have touched on many things. So I would like to say a very big thank you to three of our guests for joining us today, for taking out your time to explain to the viewers
Simon.
what is it like from your industry to insurance industry. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I would like to thank our viewers for joining us as well. So I'm going to excuse our guests right now. Thank you very much, three of you, Rishi, Jasper.
Thanks for having us. Yep.
Thank you for the session and all the support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, our coffee talk session just now, we touched on three different backgrounds, one shocking result. All three of them are from different backgrounds. One from retail, Jasper is from retail, Rishi is from corporate. Halfway climbing the corporate ladder, he decided to do something different. And Matt has been 11 years with MAS, 11 years as a cabin crew, still coming into the insurance industry and making it as a multiple convention qualifier. So I believe that this industry is an industry for everybody. This industry is an industry that no matter what your background is, you still can succeed. So thank you for joining us. If you still have any questions regarding how to start off this business, how to kickstart and what do you do, right? If you want to join this business, do send us an email at mailbox.kingdom@gmail.com and we will get our experts to answer you, or we'll get our agency to keep in touch with you and to get back to you. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Do remember our coffee talk is every Wednesday and every Friday at 2 p.m. live here on Kingdom Group Facebook page. Do join us this Friday as we'll touch on another topic relevant to everybody during this MCO and pandemic season. So thank you very much for joining us. I will see you all this Friday. Thank you. Bye-bye.